Hello, everybody. This is Kelly Ackroyd, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about when your world seems overwhelming. And I hear this happening more and more with my students and my clients. On our Facebook group, which is the community of love and light, I had posed a question about what is if you're an empath, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing as an empath? And it was very interesting how many people put like it's just overwhelming, right? Like feeling other people's feelings, knowing what's their feelings and what are my feelings, not even being able to go into a crowd because it seems so overwhelming. So there's a lot of things that can really, kind of trigger us into that place of feeling emotionally overwhelmed. And then that has a tendency to trigger other things like feeling out of control, right? Or like we go into this reaction, right? Some people get really, really overwhelmed and they'll get snappy, right? Because they're just like a cornered dog. They're trying to get you to go away and leave them alone so that they can regroup, right? So I don't know how you handle your overwhelm. For me, I am a retreater. So like when I get super, super overwhelmed, I just kind of pull away and shut down because I need to go within to kind of recenter myself and refocus myself in love and light and kind of let go of all of that stuff that's overwhelming me, right? So what I want to focus on today is the three things that I think are the most helpful things when the world does seem overwhelming to you. And the first thing that I think is super helpful is change your focus, right? So when you're overwhelmed, you tend to be thinking about all the things that overwhelm you, right? So it's like you're focused on whatever it is, the fact that one of your loved ones is really, really sick, or the fact that, financially things might seem a little scary, or that things with your business might seem overwhelming, or that you have a sick pet, or whatever it could be, right? But these things that are overwhelming, we start grinding on them, right? We're thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And the more that we think about it, the more upset we get and the more overwhelmed we are. And the more we just do whatever it is we do when we get overwhelmed, right? We're either snap, snap, snappy, or we're retreat, retreat, retreaty, or we're shut down and disappearing, right? So when we change our focus and just start thinking about what is it that we really, really want, right? So if you have a friend who's very sick and that's something that's like got you emotionally wrapped around the axle, but instead you start focusing and seeing your friend getting stronger and healthier and more vibrant and healing, right? How does that make you feel? It makes you feel better, right? It makes you feel lifted and hopeful, right? And like you want to listen to higher guidance for, maybe there's a next best step that I could help with, right? So if there is something that we're grinding on, then it's very helpful. Step number one is to choose something else to focus on. And the thing to focus on is, what do I really want? What is it that I'm asking the universe to provide as a solution? And then start focusing on that and see it in, like, use all of your senses. See it, hear it, smell it, taste it, feel it, right? So that you know exactly what that experience would be like. Okay. And then after you get that clear vision of what it is you want, then I want you to go even deeper into imagining how it's going to feel once it's present. Right? So say that you were overwhelmed about financial things, right? And so right now you're just like overwhelmed, worried, scared, right? So instead you choose to focus on just being in this place of abundant wealth, right? And so you imagine what that would look like and what that would feel like and what that would taste like and sound like and be like, right? And then really let yourself feel it. Like make it so clear and so real that you can actually feel yourself in the experience of abundant wealth. Right. And you might notice, oh my gosh, I feel like totally safe. I feel secure. I feel like I can trust the universe to provide for me or whatever is true for you. Right. So let's review. Step number one, figure out what it is I want and get clear about that vision. And step number two is all about imagining how it will actually feel, what that experience would truly feel like to you if it were indeed your reality, right? And then the third step is a simple one, really. Because after you get so clear about your vision of what it is you want and how it's going to feel once you have it, then you're going to actually feel inspired to start taking action, right? Just take a baby step in the direction of your heart's desire. Right. So let's say that it was, a friend that was sick, that was your concern. Right. And so you got a clear vision of what it was going to look like when they were all better. And you knew exactly what that experience would feel like when your friend is well. And and your vision was seeing the two of you, whatever, out to lunch together, celebrating and having fun. Right. And then you ask the universe, so what would be my next best step to have that be the reality, right? And then you might hear, just call your friend and tell her that you love her. And tell her that you believe in her and that you know that she's going to heal yourself. And before you know it, the two of you are going to be out enjoying lunch together, right? So whatever it is that your highest self tells you is that next best step you can take, just take action on it, no matter what it is, no matter how teeny tiny of a step it might be. Or even if it seems like a big step, just start breaking that big step down into tiny little bite-sized pieces and take one little action step towards that. And I guarantee that if you do these 3 steps, you envision what you want, you allow yourself to truly feel what that experience would be like for you, and you take a small action towards making that your reality, you are going to go from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered like that. It's awesome. Now, another thing I want to suggest is if you are an empath, which many of my students and clients and followers are, I created this really cool webinar, and it's up on my website at kellyackroyd.com under the online courses area. You will find a course that is called Emotional Empowerment. It's just like a half-hour webinar, but there's some really good pointers for things that you can do every day to put a little practice together that will totally support you as an empath in being able to keep your peaceful center, which is huge. Trust me, as an empath, it's how I've survived. So I will put a link for that down below for you. So feel free to click on that and check it out. And if you have any questions, you'll have opportunities throughout the webinar to pose questions, and I'll get back to you with any answers I might have for you personally. Okay. So there you have it. how to go from being emotionally overwhelmed to empowered in 3 simple steps. I hope that that is so helpful for you. Let me know how it works for you. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts and let me know any results that you get by putting this into action. So, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you over in the Emotional Empowerment webinar.